Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Danae, and I'm here with the message for you. What's going on, beautiful people? It is Wednesday, March 4th, 2026. I am here yet again. It was 5:05 on the dot as we speak. And I'm here just to pull a couple cards and see what's what. I'm using Intuitive Kev's tarot deck just to switch up the vibe a little bit, see if we get some different energy. And I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing fantastic, as a matter of fact. All right, so let's see what we got. Oh, Six of Pentacles, that's good. Some type of gift or payout. Six of Cups. Maybe something that was from the past or held back from the past. Ooh. Yeah, that's being forwarded, or it's either something that was held back from the past that has accrued interest, or something that was reserved for like conserved or reserved, and now is being like advanced now. Like it was held back for a time or for some reason, maybe by someone, and now it's being advanced. It's about to break through, is what I'm seeing here with the Ace of Pentacles. This is a bit much. Well, it's not that many. We got the up in the clouds. Maybe it's something you don't see coming. Up in the clouds, and then the Eight of Pentacles. Maybe you just, have kept your head down, kept working. Haven't really been too pressed about what's what. You just been focusing on whatever task is at hand, whatever is in front of you right now. Up in the clouds, though, let's see. I'm gonna just say it. It feels like the up in the clouds energy is somebody that has been trying to get a bird's eye view, or even like a preview or prophetic view at whatever this Ace of Pentacles is. That's not whomever it is that's assigned to it, or that's about to receive it. It's like this energy here may have been trying to like see through the astral realm, or to divinate, or use some type of energy that would somehow enhance their visibility in a mystical sense, to see if they can gain a glimpse of whatever this is, so that they can ultimately help themselves, or maybe just be nosy. But really, with the up in the clouds, it ain't no telling what that energy is up to, because it feels like it's somebody that's really not in their right mind, or that is there's some type of distortion mentally or psychologically with up in the clouds. Maybe even somebody being on some type of substance. That's what I usually see that card as, like being high or drunk, maybe drunk, but high or something, some type of altered state of mind that they may be using to aid and abate their projections, or they just might be in an altered state of mind, and that's what is fueling their driving their ambitions in some way, shape, or form. But it doesn't feel like it feel with up in the clouds. It's like whatever they are trying to see, they can't, or whatever they think they see, because there's a distortion in their perception, it's not it seems like it's like being projected to them as some type of illusion, or I hear mirage. That's interesting. Like some type of mirage or illusion where they think they're seeing, they think they're having a clear visual or clear intel of what they're looking for, but either their mind or their eyes, or the divine is playing tricks on them, because it's none of their business. They're not privy to that intel or that level of security. They don't have the clearance to access it. Five of Pentacles, yeah. Yep. Somebody is, the Eight of Pentacles could be the working hard to kind of peer into like whatever this is, but it's not yielding anything productive at the Five of Pentacles. Ooh, reversal. Ooh, hidden enemy. Well, I guess because they ain't so hidden. Like they're covered. Either they're being exposed or about to be exposed. And what they could also be what someone thinks they're clever to do or clever at pulling off is like really not so much. Not so much. It's not yielding them anything profitable or prosperous at all. And the cloak that they may think that they are concealed by or camouflaged by is really like, this is all in this distorted mindset. Like somebody could think, like they get juiced up or hyped up, and however they do it, could even just be a psychosis. It doesn't even have to be like some type of substance, but somebody juices themselves or hypes themselves up to do something that they think is being cloaked, like a cloak and dagger situation. Like they're not being exposed, or they're not being seen by whomever they're peering in on, or by the divine, which makes absolutely no sense, because it's like, if anybody's going to see you, the divine is, without, because it's all about your energy signature. So it's like somebody's not realizing that their fingerprints are energetically are all over everything that they are even intentional or thoughtful to touch or insert themselves in. Yeah, the Five of Pentacles. I just heard like what the 5-finger discount. Like somebody's trying to steal something out of desperation, and they thought they had a good plan figured out, or they had the right, they had the drop, but they don't. And they could even be under some type of surveillance, or whether it's, universal, like divine surveillance, or it's literally like, in some way, like some type of law enforcement, maybe actual law enforcement is like tracking somebody's moves. Could even be twin flame. It could even be like I just heard that, like their digital fingerprint. So that could be a thing where somebody that maybe that's why they also feel like up in the clouds. Okay, yes, some type of digital imprint, like maybe your IP address or something like that, where they thought they had everything. I don't even know what people do to hide stuff like that, or to reroute it, or cloak it under this and that, and whatever people do. I'll never know, probably, honestly. But whatever they thought they could do to conceal their identity or cover their tracks, that's what it is, cover their tracks. It's not It's not working. Then we got the twin flame card here. Something about choices. What's with the twin flame? Let's see. Because that's kind of random. Oh, somebody was trying to, I'm just going to spew out whatever, you know, however it comes today. Somebody was trying to pose as, or is trying to pose as some type of twin flame energy. You know, maybe as, in a practical sense, posing as someone's partner, you know, like they would be privy to some type of fortune or gift or inheritance or some type of transfer of wealth or energy on account of connection, like a marriage or next of kin or, you know, a child even perhaps. But it feels more like a partnership, like somebody posing, not posing, I guess posing, but like trying to, it's like stolen identity. That's what it's given. Like somebody's trying to insert themselves in an identity that would put them in a position to be a beneficiary of sorts. Even more practically speaking, it could be some prospect of the past or friend or lover of the past that's been keeping a close watch, an eye out for whatever this transfer of wealth, just keeping an eye out for anything potentially prosperous coming someone's way so that they could step in and act like, you know, they're here to be of some, you know, support or pure connection or love, lover, you know what I mean? Like whatever it is that they're trying to present themselves as, really the only thing that they literally have tunnel vision for is whatever this upgrade or whatever profitable result they can perhaps benefit from. So it could be someone physically, actually, practically gearing up to act like they're, you know, coming in to be some knight in shining armor or long lost love, reunited, reconnected. You know, it's always been you type type of energy. But really they coming with a gang of bullshit in their baggage and with very, very poor intentions at that. Like their motives are hidden, their frequency is low as F, and they're, you know, not really trying to lead with that. They're leading like they're just, you know, this hard worker or dedicated or here for the cause, to support the cause, maybe to support you, to whatever. Like it's given that, but this twin flame, it is so strangely placed after all this that it doesn't feel authentic to me, and especially after the hidden enemy. So let's see. Let's keep going. I'm not even gonna go back. I'll just do another round. Oop. Too many. Wheel of Fortune. Kind of in the reversal. These were kind of reversed too. So let's see. I'm just look at them, but I'm gonna pull some more. Judgment, the Tower, Seven of Wands. I mean, honestly, it's about protecting your energy. Someone might be hoping that you're not, hoping that they can come create some disruption in your life, or at least a distraction, and hoping that they may be able to change your mind about their presence, or maybe about reconnecting in some way so that they can impose some type of misfortune against you, or to come in and help themselves to your good fortune. And it's a hell no, unless you want all those reversal energies where the Seven of Wands in the reverse is where your defenses are completely dismantled, and you're supremely vulnerable for attack of really of the fatal kind, you know, like completely open. You wouldn't want to do that with a hidden enemy that has the Five of Pentacles and that's not in their right mind and is only really seeing dollar signs in that Ace of Pentacles. Then there's no capacity to love in this case. Okay, Six of Swords. Yeah, somebody's trying to get over. Row they boat to some type of more peaceful and calmer shore. Somebody from the past that would like to, literally like to, I just heard Michael, row your boat ashore. Hallelujah. Yeah, it's a Hail Mary. It's a Hail Mary. They don't even look, he ain't got no clothes on, and they don't even look too sure to be like, something about the energy just looks real wild. Like this is a Hail Mary that they, you know, they don't really have any other option, you know. And is there something under here? No, they don't have any other, it's like they don't have anything to lose at this point. So even if they know the odds are against them, or it's not likely that someone would be interested in whatever it is they're selling or proposing, somebody feels it's given desperation that they will be willing to take the chance, or again, just distorted mind where they're not even enough in touch with reality to think logically, to even have a bit of pride about them to say, you know what, I should probably just stand down. This could either be someone that's so juiced up on their own supply or on their own ego, whatever it is they smoking on or drinking on, that they feel like, you know, there's always a chance, or at least they're strong enough to change their fate if possible. That Wheel of Fortune's in reverse though, so legal issues. Oh hell no. Hell no. Five of Swords. Oh no. Yeah, this is all they got their eyes on, to gain access to either you or whomever relates this as a gift, at all costs, no matter what the cost or casualty, or to be able to intercept, interfere, detour, you know, whatever disturbance that can be caused, you know, someone would be willing to take the chance and make the advance. Oh, King of Cups in reverse, child. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, I don't even need to say much more than somebody that is heartless. Either they're heartless, or again, they're psychotic, or they're just off their rocker. I keep saying juiced up or high. Could be a little bit of both. That somebody's had one too many every day, or most days they've had one too many, or, you know, like they're just, I don't even know. The king that, oh, I'm sorry, that's not the king. That's the Knight of Cups. Kind of even worse, because there's already a recklessness, you know, or I should say, and it's there could be some instability with the Knights in the upright. So a Knight of Cups in the reversal could be even more dangerous, because there's not even any real strategy with their approach, or let alone any type of compassion or care for the casualties. You know, with the King of Cups, at least there might be some strategy for their ulterior motive. Maybe perhaps to get what they came for with as little damage, collateral damage as possible. Maybe, perhaps, just on the strength that there's a little bit more experience there in their craft. But this is somebody that's just reckless. They're emotionally manipulative. They're not in touch with their own reality, so they definitely don't have any compassion or concern for how they may abuse anyone else and theirs. How they would take advantage. This is how they might take advantage of someone, like maybe even with the Five of Swords and the Knight of Cups in reverse. This could be violent, actually violent energy that is just unhinged, that you would just want to stay. And the fact that there's this exposure here. Some, like I said, literally someone that doesn't feel they have anything to lose. So at this point, they just want to do some damage. They want to cause some hurt, some pain, some, it may not even be about what they think they can get out of it anymore. The reward for them might just be to cause some type of damage or pain, and as much as possible at that. It could be just emotional, where somebody just would want to really hurt your feelings, make you feel like nobody, like, come talk to you any type of way, or come spew some type of venom that they know would be damaging to your spirit, or emotionally damaging in some way. It's definitely a bruise to the self-esteem or something like that. Like, if I can't join them, I'll just beat them type of energy. Like, but the Five of Swords for me gives it a little bit more of an edge, literally, than it just being words and emotional abuse. Like, it's giving somebody that would that would really do anything. Like, you really couldn't hold them to any type of self control, because they don't have any. Be aware of this. And with it being Six of Cups energy, it could be someone that you are familiar with, and you may not even know either holds this level of disdain for you, or that even if they could, you just wouldn't think they'd be capable of actually inflicting any type of harm. Like, there would have to be some boundary or some line that wouldn't be crossed. But I'm telling you that use your discernment or your intuition if you actually physically encounter an energy such as this, and you immediately feel a cause for alarm or a cause to get away, separate yourself, run, call the police, whatever you feel. Lean into that inclination, because it could even be some type of crime of passion here, or some type of passionate, violent passion. I'm hearing hella birds outside. I don't know if you hear that, but it's like, must be a huge flock of birds. But yeah, it's like, you see somebody coming your way that you ain't seen in a while, and it ain't really good blood there, or they shouldn't be in your vicinity. It's a hell no. Stay back, or I'm gonna call the police, or stand back, or I'll pum, if you feel me. It's crazy. I don't like this energy at all, because like I said, somebody don't have nothing to lose. They don't have nothing to gain either. And they're out of their mind. They are not in touch with reality at all. And they feel entitled to have some type of access to something that they have absolutely no entitlement to. Does that flip over? No. Nine of Pentacles, yeah, because there's a sense of, yeah, it's like somebody seeing your hard work, your dedication, or however you're thriving, or however you have established yourself, or even just, the level of self-esteem that you are operating in at this time, and it's provocative, maybe even infuriating to someone. If like I said, if they can't get a piece of it, they want to disturb it or deplete it altogether. Let's see a few more. Yeah, birds could be significant, or I feel guided to say, like, even there's a bird here over her head. Like, take your cues from your surroundings, nature. It could even be ancestors speaking through your environment to alert you, alarm you. Like, if you're encountering something and there's something natural going on that's drawing your attention, lean into that, because that could be an indication of, you know, alarm or alert. In a strange way, like, I'm doing this message, and you know what I mean? Like, the birds are the birds. They're doing what they do, but it became so loud that it was drawing my attention from what I'm doing. Like, be conscious of cues like that. That's for somebody. Could be dogs barking, or, you know what I mean, the squirrels going crazy, or, something in your environment that, oh, look at this, Two of Swords. And man, yeah, like, what, because there's an expectation for someone to have a blind spot here to their proposition, to their true nature, to their ulterior motives, to their sinister in behavior or intentions. Something like, there is either a hope, like somebody, fingers crossed, hoping that somebody is not aware or their eyes are closed to something, or again, that they could be persuaded or be steered in the wrong direction, like led astray or deceived was what I really mean to say, like deceived or led astray in some way, like maybe even for your heartstrings to be tugged on by their, like, it's given somebody that literally has nothing to lose. They may actually lead with their misfortunate state to evoke some type of compassionate response, or to lower your defenses and make you feel like, oh, they just need some help or they need some love. Even if you're not willing to give it, you may lower your boundaries and your defenses, thinking that, they're in a depleted state, and therefore they really are harmless, or they don't mean you any harm, or they're not capable of causing the harm that they are. And it's like, you can't take your eyes off of somebody, and really, it to me, in this energy of what I'm feeling, you'd be best to get out of that presence, or get them out of yours. Of course, you can't control anybody, but you can damn sure control yourself and what you do. And it would be best to, like, remove yourself from this presence altogether, because there's something about it that even energetically is infectious. You, like, something you wouldn't even be able to see, maybe even not be able to hear, but somebody's carrying a frequency on them that could be infectious or contagious just in proximity. And I know that sounds real crazy, but it's like the vapors, the vibes that somebody's carrying. Definitely wouldn't want them to touch you. Don't give no hugs for sympathy's sake or nothing like that when shit don't feel right. But somebody energetically has a frequency that is dangerous. That's what I feel. You don't even really want them to start talking to you. It's something in their tone, in their voice, in their words that does something to you. That could. It could. I'm not saying that it absolutely will, because this is a guarded card with the Two of Swords. So, you know, with a particular boundary already erected, you would probably be okay, because this is giving the energy like you're not really letting anything come through. And then we saw the Seven of Wands. Was it a seven? Yeah, the Seven of Wands to protect your space. But I'm telling you, like somebody, ugh, mm-mm, mm-mm. It's it's a sneaky, sinister. Uh, I don't even know what to call it. Like, because somebody, it could be in somebody's energy for sure, but then it could be in the things that they say to you that pierce your spirit. It could be in the and the emotion that it evokes for you, based on the thing. This is somebody that could be close to you in such a way that's familial or familiar. So they know the things to say to kind of get to your spirit subtly, or maybe not so much, you know. And then when that subtlety is worn off, they might become a bit more aggressive. And then there could be the physical aspect, but it's given like somebody could go through multiple layers of attack before you even realize you're being attacked, just by being in their presence or them being in yours, let alone actually letting somebody in your home or being in some type of, confined private space, intimate space. Mm-mm. No, definitely not intimate space, if you know what I mean. Like, this somebody you, God forbid, you allow yourself to become entangled with intimately, and wake up with all types of imbalances, maybe physical diseases, but certainly emotional, and certainly spiritual. They got all types of shit. Wheel of Fortune in reverse, somebody's a walking curse. That's what it's given. That's what it's given. And it's nothing, it may not be anything that you can actually see on them unless you have the spiritual eye to see, which is really more of a feeling and a sensation than it is. Like, somebody could look like the Eight of Pentacles, well put together, smiling, happy to see you, but inside, this is what's going on. This is what's going on, like, hell no. Two of Cups. Could be a friend too. Hoping that they can somehow mirror you, give off the impression that you're on the same page, or that the feelings are mutual, or that they can be trusted. You got a friend in me, I'm here for you, I have your best interest at heart, yeah, we both want the same things. Again, platonically or romantically, maybe even professionally, that this is not it. That's not what they want. They're looking to be filled up, not to do any type of filling and or exchanging of pure energy. If anything, they want to poison that bottle, or at least poison your cup. Oh gosh. Be careful who you drinking with, or what you're drinking. Look, he King Knight of Cups in the reverse. Yeah. Don't. There's no such thing as a. It's just coffee. It's just drinks. It's just a date. When you know good and damn well, this is not someone that has meant well for your well being in the past. And or you've had a particular revelation about since time has passed. This somebody that's definitely capable of spiking a drink, or lacing something and you be all effed up. This is so negative. It's crazy, but it's a no-go. It's a no-go. King of Pentacles here. Looking real, you know what I'm saying? Looking like the one. Maybe, you know, big spender up front, perhaps. Saying all the right things. Presenting themselves to be super generous. Let me see. What's with this Knight of Cups on Twin Flame? I just need to confirm. Uh-oh. It's reversed. Reverse. Eight of Wands. Yeah, no. Eight of Wands in reverse. They want to hold you back. They want to rescind your ascension, your progress, like to make you regress back to some, maybe perhaps to some codependent state, or at least some state of dependency where you won't even recognize yourself. You might not even be able to trust yourself. And look what he's holding back to that. Like this is the best case scenario for this energy, is that they want to be able to get their hands on that pentacle, wherever it's coming from, and get into it. Well, that was kind of a preview message. Well, I guess I won't make it matter for this, but I will say that the Eight of Wands is an energy that's coming from a higher power, a higher source. Like it's descendant of a supreme force, you know, and it's like just the sheer presence of someone in your life that you would accept back into your inner circle. It's like all the gifts that were en route to you are going back to where they can't even break through into a dynamic such as this. So that means that anything that you have that made it through before this energy presented itself is accounted for, because he's going to suck it up, you know, soak it up. As soon as it'll be like you got a big windfall, and then here come this old flame or whatever, or they get situated in your life before it comes, because they already been watching to see that it is coming, right? So they're positioning themselves to be like, oh, I was here all along, you know. So it doesn't look like they were motivated by this transfer of wealth, but they are, and they already, you know, have their plans or their intentions for it before it even appears. And that's exactly what their intention is, to be, you know, to pretty much be there to either be able to control it or somehow, you know, reroute it so that they can also benefit as well. That's going to make it so that whatever it is that you receive will almost evaporate before your eyes because of this energy and your force field. And it'll put a stop to anything that was supposed to come after that. Ain't nobody worth that. Nobody. I'm sorry. And also with Eight of Wands being communication, like it could just cut you off from that intel that was so clear before. Like I was saying, like what's necessary to stay tapped into so that you can sense trouble, danger when it's approaching, or when you're confronted with it. Like almost in this time, you don't have a moment to spare to be on guard, because these energies are tricky, and they're becoming more and more desperate and reckless. So you can't afford to have a delay in divine communication from your supreme, because you don't let this energy tie up the line energetically. and distort your trust and your perception. Like it's just all bad. It's all bad. Mm-mm. You hear that beep beep? Yeah. Hell no. Hell no. Cause it's like they get what they want. They hear it then upgraded to the King of Pentacles after all of this terrible energy, even reversal energy. They get exactly what they want, but what are you going to get out the deal? Mm-mm. Not worth it. Look, ascension. Wow. Because this is the coveted gift here. Like this is what we're all in it for, for those that resonate. So imagine hooking up with somebody that brings like plummets you back down to rock bottom, perhaps, where you were elevating to some infinite space and time and identity, and now it's like you just on account of one bad hookup or one poor judgment to forfeit this. Mm-mm. Yeah, 4 cups, enough said. If it ain't that, it ain't nothing. If it's not really the Ace of Cups, it's not worth it. If it doesn't align with any of the aces, the truth, wealth, and prosperity in its purest form, not corrupted, love that is sincere, passion that is not perverted, it's none of it is worth. It has to, there has to be a high standard now. There has to be, and some may even want to challenge you to feel like you're doing too much, or you think too highly of yourself, or your expectations are too great. You need to pipe down a bit, be more realistic. Like, no. Being more realistic could be a detriment to your mind, body, and spirit if you allow it to be. I mean, so-called more realistic, not actually. But this can't be forfeited. Not when you're pretty much a shoo-in for it. That would just be such a waste of energy and time. Thought I got it. That would be a tragedy, is what it would be. Not even a waste of energy and time. It would literally be a tragedy to come so far in your personal development, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, materially, to allow someone to just completely take advantage of you, maybe even use you and abuse you and discard you. It wouldn't be their fault. They may have their own karma to pay for the sheer intention, for sure, but the allowance is all on you. Yeah. So just be safe out there, you hear? This was really, it's been a while anyway that I've had such a strong negative message like that. The only positive is just the empowerment that you have to protect yourself and to be discerning. But in the matter of what energies could be, looking for an opportunity to pounce and prey on you, literally prey, it's really quite disturbing, honestly. It really is, and unfortunate for whomever, because like I said, the penalty for impurity such as this is really, and it's really strict and intense now. Brutal, dare I say. So it's not in anybody's best interest to operate like this, even if by chance they got it off. But my concern and my carefulness is about whomever is actually empowered to protect themselves in the first place, because there's too much goodness, at stake here, to be gained, to be protected, to be governed. It's too good. So Godspeed to you and all you do. And I pray that there be an expounded sense of conscious confidence, to know that you're already protected, and to be empowered by the ways that you've been authorized to extend that protection in spirit and in flesh. All right. So peace and love to all, no worries whatsoever. I hate to leave it on, I hate to deliver such a message, but it is what it is. So take the best of it as you can, leave the rest. And until next time, as always, I leave you with peace.